Welcome to the Entertainment Rants Podcast, your number one opinion source for all things entertainment. Join host Marco Mazzola as he sounds off on the latest movies, TV, music, gaming, comic books, and more. Now, here's the man of the hour, Marco Mazzola.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Entertainment Rants Podcast. I am your host, Marco Mazzola. Today, I'm joined by both Mila.
Hello.
And my very good friend, Mike Bro from The Bro Show. Say hello, Mike.
Yo, hello, everybody. Rock on.
All right, Mike, introduce yourself a little bit. We're doing our bonus episode today. We're going to do another one later, but I wanted you to introduce yourself a little bit and just tell everybody who you are and your backstory a little bit.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, The Bro Show originated actually way back when in my college days in the mid-90s before we had technology. Let's put it that way. And basically, we just have a little bit of fun. The show itself is me talking about toys, talking about pop culture, talking about fun things. I also have a couple of co-hosts on there that I voice called Alf, if people remember who Alf is, and Judge Deer and Intern Deer number 4. That's kind of the showcase of my own show. Where am I from? I worked for 3 major toy stores back in the day, way back in the day, KB Toys, Toys R Us, and FAO Schwartz, and somehow ended up working with Marco at one point too, way back in the day too. You remember that?
Former life.
Crazy. Yeah, very former life. We did something with electronics too, way back in the day. And ever since then, let's see, Massachusetts, Philadelphia in the area now. I got married in Massachusetts in 99, still married today. I don't know why she still wants me. It's a little crazy.
She's a strong woman.
She has to be, especially with the toy collection that I have amassed over the last 20, 25 years. As Marco can attest to, I have been collecting for a very, very long time. So if you need a toy, you have a toy, or you need to know something about a toy, I probably know something about it.
Mike's definitely your guy. We worked at Cambridge Soundworks together, and we started hanging out because of Hero Clicks.
Yes.
Remember, we were collecting Hero Clicks, making custom ones, and then we'd get together and play do the Hero Clicks game together.
Yep.
That's how we started really hanging.
I actually still have all those in those cases.
Do you really? In the fishing tackle boxes?
Yes, I do. They are in storage.
I don't even remember how many I had, how many boxes I had. I had at least 3 or 4, if not more, of those tackle boxes.
And you did a lot of great customs too.
Yeah, because the lines were very new and smaller then, so there was a lot of characters they were missing. And I remember that was one of my few. You take a couple of other characters, slice and dice, repaint, glue them back together. I think I made like a custom Iceman because I hadn't had an Iceman yet.
Yeah, I've seen a few done with Pops.
Pops now do it. Now they do a lot of custom Pops too.
Let's not talk about Pops. That's not a big collection for me, but I know a couple of people that are big collectors from my friends.
I'm only a little over 100. I'm a little over 100 on my Pop collection.
I have about 20. I know somebody who has a couple hundred.
You need to catch up, sir. You need to catch up.
I got 10.
You got 10. No.
There are stores around here that actually have that are wall to wall just Pops.
We have a couple. We have a couple in this area. I wish more, but there's a couple of stores in my area too that I like to hit every once in a while, much to my wife's dismay. That's the daily stop buying Pops. No.
It gets dangerous because they're not too expensive for the most part, unless they're like a vaulted one or anything like that. So
and until you start buying hundreds of them, and then even at $10 a pop, it gets expensive.
No comment.
You know what I mean?
No comment.
So and I have a few. I have a couple of vaulted ones. Nothing expensive. I don't think I've spent over $60 for one. But even at that price, that's still, can get pricey. But
yeah, I know a couple that one of my friends are looking for, and they're about $250 each.
Yes. So, I have a few on my list as well. I have a couple. So I stick very close to the Big Bang Theory and The Office are the main ones I collect. I try my best not to veer too much because that is the dangerous road. I have a Captain Carter. I have a couple of Kevin Smith's Pops. I have, a few here and there, some superheroes, some Batman, some Superman. But I try to stick mainly to The Office and Big Bang because it's super dangerous because there's thousands and thousands and different, IPs and different things you can get. It's very easy. I just picked up a Danger Mouse because my brother and I used to watch Danger Mouse together. My brother who passed away in 2005. So it's a memory from a childhood. I was like, I love that Pop. I really want that. But that's the dangerous road. Everything can be an excuse to veer off. And now all of a sudden I'm collecting Friends Pops and I'm collecting, football or whatever, so many different properties. But it's so easy to get lost in it.
I'm not going to lie.
Like you said, $10 a piece.
Yeah. I ended up getting a Voltron one way back when, like in a classic Voltron one. I have no Transformer, actually. I'm a big Transformer fan, but I
Who
don't like their
shocks me
style.
greatly.
Yeah,
G.I.
I'm not
Joe?
a
Do you
fan
have
of
any of the
that
G.I.
style.
Joe ones?
I actually have Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, Scarlet, and Baroness. And that's
Okay, so
all
that
I'm
makes
gonna
me
get.
feel better. You don't have Transformers, but you have a few G.I. Joe. Okay.
Right. But the
That
one
makes
I
me feel better.
love the most is I have a Tommy Boy holding the Callahan brakes.
Right. I've seen that one. I love that movie.
I
I
have
could
to have
easily
it.
pick that one up, but that's again down the dangerous road.
Yep, exactly. I have
Unless you're
that
committed
one.
to basically spending your whole paycheck on Pops and walling your whole house with it and possibly risking divorce, you
Yes.
got to control it.
Well, that's me and Transformers and some of the newer G.I. Joe stuff from before with the convention exclusives and things like that. That's kind of my primary collections. A little bit of Star Wars, a little bit of the pop culture Hot Wheels,
Yep.
and any Alf I see at a toy show.
Sure.
Anything plush Alf or whatnot.
All right. So real quick, going back to Pops, because I like to ask everybody this who collects or has some Pops. Keep them in the box, take them out of the box. I think I know your answer, but
I take
Mine
them out
is-
of the box.
I keep them in the box short of I'm doing a review or anything. What I really love about Pops is 95% of them are not sealed. So you
Right.
can open it very safely, take the pop
Yeah.
out, take your pictures, do whatever. And if you want to, you can put it back and it doesn't lose its value.
right. Unless the hard part is getting that tab at the top open without it bending.
Ah, butter knife.
Yes, you got to be super careful because when you try to pull it with your thumb, it
Mhm.
immediately creases the middle of it, so you can tell you've opened it.
Yep,
Yeah.
You have to be
exactly.
very careful with lifting that top up to open it if you're going to do that. So I have probably, I want to say, 15 or so that are out of the box. Since then, I stopped opening all, and they're all in the box in the plastic sleeves. They have the extra protectors on them as well. I'm very nervous about that. Like all my Bruce Lee ones, which again,
Yep.
I have both the Cobra Kai ones. I have a Chuck Norris. I just took
Cobra
pictures
Kai.
of all of them. I just took pictures of the entire collection because I'm doing a pop a day on my Instagram.
Yep.
So, just adding that, I just, like I said, the Danger Mouse, the Captain Carter, half of my Bob Ross are in the box and half of them are out. And it's like, now that I keep them in the box, I kind of regret the ones that I took out.
No, not necessarily. Depends
And I
on
don't have the boxes
condition.
anymore.
Oh,
I don't have the
you got
boxes
rid of the
anymore.
boxes.
When I collected those, I was like, I'm never going to resell these. I just want a couple. These are fun. I'm not going to collect a lot of them. That's fine.
And
Couple
now
of
we're
Batman, and now 100 and whatever it is later, and then most of them in the box. I'm like, crap, I probably should have kept those in the box. Like my my original Michael Scott from The Office is out, right? My
man.
Dwight is the Elf is out. Most of the rest, I have like my Clark Griswold and my cousin Eddie, like they're out of the box.
Oh, that's
I think,
beautiful.
yeah, but I got the new Grinch. I think I got the flocked version, so he's in the box. You know what I mean?
Yep.
My Bob Ross flocked is in the box. The Bob Ross that is white that you can paint yourself kept it in the box.
Hold on,
You
wait
know
a
what
second.
I
I
mean?
got to ask. Bob Ross flocked? Is it his hair that's flocked?
Yeah, the hair
That's
is
hilarious.
flocked. It
That's
is
hilarious.
fantastic. Yeah, it's one of my favorites, and he's definitely in the box. I have all the newer the last two series of Big Bang Theories, the ones
Yep.
with the Halloween costumes, and there's the newer set. And then my wife, I bought some for my wife. She loves Golden Girls. So I have both Golden Girls sets,
Yes.
the original and the ones with the bowling. We have those, and she loves Deadpool, so I got her a Deadpool one. But
Oh,
obviously
my
the rest
God.
are mine. But she loves her. She loves her Golden Girls, and she loves Deadpool. What's that? Oh, there you go. You get the pins.
I love
Yes.
I love Golden Girls, Deadpool, all of that. The one I'm on the hunt for now is the alligator Loki because I
Yes.
gotta have that. I
Mhm.
have a
They
little
already
news
made a
about
pop of
that.
alligator Loki.
Oh, immediately. Before, as
Yeah.
soon as the episode aired, they
I'm
released
really not shocked.
Yeah.
They do it to me. I mean,
And I
like
actually
all
have
the what if ones already started to be released, even the ones on
Oh,
like
yeah,
future
you're right.
episodes.
I have
like
a couple of those.
Yeah, I have the only one I have is the Captain Carter because again,
Yep.
I could go the whole entire series. I was looking at the Sorcerer Supreme, right? I was looking at that one. I'm like,
Yep.
I could do that one, but then like I'm now down the dangerous road of getting all the what if ones. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
I've
Which
got
is
the
what we're gonna be
GameStop
doing.
one for Captain Carter for myself, and Alligator Loki. I actually just called today. It's a Hot Topic exclusive,
Yeah.
and they sold out immediately on their website about a week and a
Yeah.
half ago.
Yeah.
They're hitting California stores now. I actually talked to a store today, and in the next couple of weeks they'll be hitting the East Coast.
Right.
So what you
It's
do,
amazing how fast they sell. I mean, it's ridiculous.
if you want one, find your local Hot Topic on Instagram, and they'll
Yeah.
usually post that night before it hits the store shelves the next day.
Yeah.
Because they can't hold anything. So that's what I'll
No,
be doing.
exactly. And they can't keep them in stock long enough that it's insane. It's the specials and exclusive ones are crazy. And the ones that are on the Funko website, the exclusive ones to them, it gets a little frustrating because I know that the bots go in and basically they buy up everything like instantaneously. Before you get the email to say they're available now on the website, you go to the website, they're already sold out.
They're gone. Exactly.
They're gone. And
you have to be refreshing the page constantly.
Yeah.
That's the bane of collectors.
And it's also the eBayers and whatnot that are buying 20, 30, even though they're not supposed to. But they get around it, and so they buy a whole bunch of them and just resell them on eBay.
Sons of biscuits.
They really are. They really are. So that's we'll talk more about pop in another episode, because it's one of my favorite topics. But
like we're already here.
We're here.
We're already here. We've already gotten like 3/4 of that podcast.
We're down the road.
Done.
We're really down the road. But anyway, so we were supposed to be focusing this episode on What If. And the newest episode. Emil and I have already done 2 episodes on the first 2. But Mike, give me your overall take on What If so far, since you haven't really done it.
I'll say this. So far from the first 3 episodes, kind of piecing it all together, it seems like every episode's its own individual thing. However, I think there's some kind of interconnected story we're not seeing yet.
Yes. And I've seen some grumblings on that on the net.
Yeah, like because one of the trailers,
if you will.
Yeah, one of the trailers shows more of the characters together in like a Avenger style circle
at the end. Yeah,
exactly. But we haven't seen that yet.
No,
so we know T'Challa's going to come back at some point. We know that Captain Carter is going to show up again at some point, meeting with Doctor Strange. Which version of Doctor Strange or anything like that? Like what's going on with all of that? However, each episode, I like that each one had a separate tone to them.
Yep.
Whereas. Captain Carter was definitely the feel of the first Avenger, Captain America. T'Challa's episode felt like Black Panther, but in space. If that makes sense. Which was perfect. I love the fact he got Thanos turned like that.
That was so. Yeah, we talked about that last week. That was your favorite part, Mila.
Yeah, I love that. I was like, what?
I'm like, wait a second. He's like a big teddy bear, and I love the fact that 90% of the voice cast is the actual actor itself. Short of some.
I would want more, but beggars can't be choosers. But exactly. Yes, I definitely I really appreciate the ones that have come back to do it.
And let's be honest, Captain Carter could break poor Steve Rogers in that What If version. I'm sorry, she would break him. And this next one, oh my God, it was great. Like,
yes.
I was shocked at how things happened each step of the way.
Yeah, so let's talk about it. We spoiled the hell out of it, so obviously in these bonus episodes. So if you haven't watched the episode 3 of What If, stop the podcast, come back, go watch the What If episode 3, and then come back and listen to the rest. So let's spoil the hell out of this episode 3 for What If. So let's give it. So Mike, you started and give us your overall take. I'll go to Mila, then I'll wrap up with mine.
I love the fact that we start out basically at the first events of Iron Man 2, right towards the beginning there, where he's in the donut and all that. It's almost shot for shot, and then she goes to puncture him with the thing to actually save him, and he just there goes Iron Man. He's dead.
He just keels over.
He's just done. I'm like, wait a second, hold on. He's not supposed to die until he does his final snap. Not now.
Yeah, you shouted. You literally shouted out loud, like, "What?"
Yeah, I was like, no, my God, they just killed the Iron Man just there. Nothing. There wasn't even a fight.
And then they did the whole thing where they made it look like they said Black Widow was the one that did the actual killing when we know it wasn't. And Fury knew that. Like, I love the fact he was like, no, I know you didn't do it. Gave her the thing to be able to take and whatnot, and she got out on her own, very much like Captain America from the elevator.
Yes,
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Playback to the Captain America episode in the
and it was the same vibe in there too.
Yeah, like anybody want to stop before we get started here? We need to get off. Yeah, it was kind of
exactly. I love that the whole feel of her having to find everything. But I think the biggest kind of surprise was the fact that we got Hulk again, Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. In there.
Yeah, so they switched up from Ed Norton Hulk, Bruce Banner to Mark Ruffalo.
But we also got Betty Ross back, which we haven't seen since the Incredible Hulk.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And I thought that was a nice callback to bring that character back as well.
Yeah.
That's what I really
entire scene, right? The entire scene just played out obviously very different with Romanoff there, but it was the entire scene from the Incredible Hulk movie.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I was like, I didn't really recognize the place until I saw like the bridge, and I was like, wait a minute, this is the one where he turns into the Hulk and the thing, and then that happens.
And he comes busting out, kicking all the tanks and whatever over. Yeah.
Although I don't remember him blowing up in the movie.
No, that's where he dies. Like, how does the Hulk die? Well, you just inflate him from the inside out like a big balloon. Done.
Yeah, Pym put one of the discs on him to explode to make his heart grow larger.
Right,
and expanded the heart and that exploded him.
And then he went.
popped like crazy. The popping was weird. When he finally popped, that was strange because it wasn't like, and they did it very Disney-like, right? Because there was no blood and guts. It was just a big green blob.
Yeah.
Like he's green, but wouldn't his insides still kind of be like red and muscle and blood? I mean, whatever. But like he just popped like a big green pimple.
Yeah, I was kind of like green. I was like, because I saw that, like I saw him blow up. I was oh my gosh, Marvel. She's gonna blow up, and I was like, oh, it was kind of like.
But it's Marvel and it's DC, so it's Marvel and Disney, so they're not gonna have like blood and guts.
Of course not, but like usually there's at least a comedic scene where it's like, oh, where it's like they could even made it like green goo or something, like oh, it's gonna
popped all over them.
They made it Nerf friendly. That's what they did.
They totally did.
Yeah, they made it totally Nerf friendly. I love the fact that we're getting these callbacks in all the What If series of different scenes from other movies.
Sure,
they're reimagined, and that's the whole point of it. I know, but it's just really cool to see
because it's the same thing that happens in a twist with a twist.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's not a universe where it's completely different. It's this, but it twists off to here.
Right.
Yeah, but that's the interesting part is finding where it breaks. Where does a tangent from the original, or if you want to call it the prime timeline. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And the fact that we had Pym kill Thor while he's just trying to grab the hammer, but it wasn't
because he figured he's going to be recruited anyway, so get rid of Goldilocks anyway.
But it wasn't Pym. He actually framed Hawkeye, and then he killed Hawkeye while he was in the jail cell. Like, what the? Seeing Hawkeye on a table was just weird.
So for anybody that might be confused, if you don't know the history but you watch the show, that's Hank Pym, and in the comics he always became Yellow Jacket. The Pym particle stuff basically started to make him a little crazy.
Yep,
it started messing with his mental stability, and that's why he became Yellow Jacket, who was very, basically mean. He was basically a bad guy, and they had to hunt him down.
Yep.
Oh,
and that was his Yellow Jacket. Yeah, that was his Yellow Jacket costume. So, even though they did it in the original Ant-Man, the other guy became Yellow Jacket. In the comics, Hank Pym did for a while. He took over he was the Yellow Jacket, and he was a little nuts. So they had to kind of take him down. So that was the callback to like him being cuckoo.
Oh, wow.
And that's why he started doing it.
That's really cool.
And then
it's really cool that they do like not only callbacks from like other like movies that it's like, oh yeah, remember the Incredible Hulk happened? And you go, oh yeah, it kind of did, didn't it?
Yeah. But nice then also, they have a comic aspect of it too.
Yeah, it like combines that too. Like there's comics. There's only comic references sometimes.
Yeah, which is nice because they've said that basically, from what I understand, is that the movies aren't the only thing that are going to be canon, because now they can make anything they want canon because it's multiverse.
Right.
So anything that's happened in any of the comics, including the What Ifs, so the regular series in the comics, and we know those have been offshoot 100 times, you can make that all part of canon because it's just a different universe.
Right. Thank you, Sylvie. You caused it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
well,
Sylvie.
Did she?
I have
did she?
I think she caused it. Did Wanda do it?
Did she cause it, or did Doctor Strange cause it in Spider-Man? Right.
Right. Or did Wanda do it with her thing? I think it all happened at the same time.
Yeah. I think they're all happening at the same time, so it's really busting it loose, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's cracking it big time.
Everything's a bit liquidy.
So that's what they say right now. There's like the trifecta of 3 people who might have caused the multiverse cracking open like that.
If everything's liquidy, then it's basically the Hulk right now. That's what it is.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much exploding like Hulk.
The universe just kind of went.
And then Loki takes over in the end.
Exactly. I think
there's no Avengers to stop him, but we have Captain Marvel, and we got to thaw out, Captain America.
What I did enjoy was the fact that it was Black Widow who figured out who it was, who the linchpin of everything was. The fact that it was Hope, the daughter.
Yeah.
And the change in the history was the fact that she died as a SHIELD agent. And that's what set Hank Pym off. Like, whoa, wait a second. It wasn't even his wife being lost.
Right, because Janet's long gone.
Right. Yeah. It's the daughter dying for whatever reason. And he's like, no, if she can't be a hero, no one can be a hero.
Right.
And he went a little crazy. I love the way they made a Michael Douglas animated face, like crazy old man.
Yeah. Little Doc Brown look, little crazy hair. Yeah. Absolutely. Those. And I like the fact that Michael Douglas came back to do the voice.
Yeah, that was cool.
It's easy for him to do. Like, he just has to sit and go, I'm going to do the voice.
But some of them, like obviously, Natasha Romanoff, that was not played by Scarlett Johansson.
No.
Whether that was prior, I don't. This obviously was all recorded prior to the lawsuit, so it wasn't even had to do with that. Just probably a scheduling issue or something. Right. So there are some missing actors, and in some cases, it kind of takes me personally out of it just a little bit because you spent the last how many years with these people doing their characters, so you know their voices intimately because you've heard them in so many movies. So when they're not in it, but it's still kind of drawn like them, it's kind of weird. Some of them but however, I'll say Clint Hawkeye, it was Jeremy Renner, but it didn't sound like him.
See, no, Jeremy Renner's
watched it
voice
3 times and it did not, to me, that's just me, it did not sound like Jeremy Renner, but it was him.
Yeah, for me, Jeremy Renner, I don't know, his voice is just not really that recognizable.
It's not super distinguishable, but he has a bit of an accent. He has definitely a cadence to the way he talks.
Yeah.
And it just didn't sound like him at all.
Yeah, he sounded like he was trying to sing his lines almost because he has a record too. Which is
exactly. I believe that. Yeah, that's true. That's a great way to put it.
I will say I did enjoy whoever did the Captain America voice, or not the Steve Rogers voice in the first episode.
Yeah, that was really good. That was
he sounded like a very good Chris Evans, but a very thin, young Chris Evans. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely it does.
Yep.
Absolutely. So 3 episodes in.
Yep.
Which one's your favorite so far? I ask this every time. And I'll keep asking every time every episode comes out.
I have a very soft spot for T'Challa as Star-Lord. However, I still think the first one is still my favorite one overall because I love that period piece of World War II with everything. Yeah. I love that Captain Carter feel, like just having her as Captain Carter, the whole struggling against men, keeping a woman down type stuff too. And she's like, I can just kick your butt now and just be done with it.
She's like, you don't need to be here. I love that.
Yeah.
She's like, you're lucky you're in the room. I absolutely love that.
Like that right there.
Yeah, I want to go ahead and agree. Like
I agree
episode
as well,
1 is still my favorite.
Yep.
And we still have how many episodes? 8 altogether? Is there 8 or 9?
So we still have 5 more. So
we still have 5 more to go. Right? We got the Spider-Man episode. Obviously, we have the zombie episode still to go. And obviously the big battle. I'm kind of hoping the big battle isn't the Loki. Now we have to stop Loki from taking over the Earth.
I'm going to actually be mad if it's Loki.
I mean, if we have to go to another Let's Defeat Loki episode, I'm going to
We've already had like out. 3 of those as movies.
I mean, at least, right? We're trying to stop Loki from doing this crap. Yeah.
I've seen a couple of rumblings, and my sneaky suspicion is I've heard Ultron with the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
So...
That would be cool.
And that's why you have
all these car commercial. I think it's Subaru.
Yes.
Did and people, but I saw the web and the people were like, is this part of it? Did they release shit? I'm like, I don't think they released anything early.
Wait, what?
I think they made, it's a special like animated, it's like a Subaru, like a Forester or something.
It sounds familiar.
Thor is literally driving and spinning around. And he's got the hammer out the window spinning and kicking things. And you got like, it was an Iron Man or something, like they're back to back and the Captain Carter's there and the Watcher's there doing his thing.
Wow.
Like doing some
and they're talking about how great this
is. Like this massive fight scene. But Thor's in a Subaru, like literally doing donuts, doing donuts around, swinging the hammer out the window. Like, and we were like, "Is that really part of it?" I'm like, I don't think that. I think they just did special animation for the commercial.
Yeah,
I don't think that's really part of it.
Funny. That's
well,
really
remember
funny.
when they did the first 3 live shows, Loki, Captain America, Winter Soldier, and WandaVision? They did a commercial with each of those characters for a like Subaru or whatever too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did. It's just like it's their campaign. I don't think it's actually going to make it into the show.
No, it's not the show. It's just for them to make money for the show. That's all.
Right, exactly. It's just advertising the car and the show. That's all. Yep. It's just funny how people can be I'm not going to say easily tricked, but like they get so hyped up. They're like, is that real? Like, okay, can you take a minute before you type that?
Yeah.
And just really think about it. Like, come on, really? Have you ever seen any of you? Like, did you see a Subaru commercial in the middle of an episode? I don't think so.
Disney still has to pay the bills sometimes. Let's be honest.
Yes, they do.
They had to pay the bills after being shut down last year. They had to do something. So
Lord knows the mouse doesn't have enough in the house.
No, God. I'm waiting for them to buy DC, but that's a whole other story.
Oh, I'm hoping. I hope so. I would love for them to buy DC and get. Well, we'll talk about that on the next episode when we do our movies, our DC versus Marvel. But yeah, I would love that. That would be great. That would really bring it. I'm hoping that they go through with the Sony and buy Spider-Man back.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Like Spider-Man Sony universe separate thing. I don't mind it, but
I mean, because they're allowing it to work, right? And they're getting enough of it into the Marvel stuff. But it would be nice to be zero friction, zero question of yes, we can do our own, Morbius. We can do our own, Venom. We can do our own stuff and bring everything in without having to constantly check in with Sony to see if this is okay. Can we do this? Like, let's just do it. It's the same reason I'm glad they have the X-Men and Fox and everything.
Yeah.
They have all that property back because they don't have in the Fantastic Four. So they don't have to check in. Like, we know what to do with these characters. We've obviously proven for the last how many years? We know better than any of you how to deal with these characters and make real money at it. Right. Not every movie's a hit out of the park.
Yeah.
But they get it. They understand their characters.
For me, it's more like that would make everything like so much better. It's also like this moral issue, though. I'm like, but Disney owns so much already.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Must they take more?
If the government has to split them up, okay, fine. But the reality is, at the end of the day, I want the content.
Yeah.
So, and I want it done properly. I want it respected properly, and I want to see it done properly.
Yeah.
I don't want to see X-Men in black motorcycle leather. Like, I don't want to see that crap anymore.
Yeah.
So let's just let Disney own it. Let Marvel own it. It's their properties to begin with. They were, they did what they had to do back in the 90s to break everything up and keep alive by selling the rights to do it.
Well,
but okay, they have the money now. They got the Disney pocketbook where they're just backing up Brink trucks left, right, and center. You know what I mean? So let's just let them own it again so that the stuff can be done properly.
Well, much like the What If series, what they could do is they could take the DC property and give it to like Miramax, where they made Pulp Fiction from. Disney has made Pulp Fiction, throw it in there, and I know it'll be taken care of still. Boom, your alternate universe, your What If series right there. And at some point,
and then someday a DC Marvel crossover.
Man,
that'll be the
live
day.
action, But it's true. Like, I would love, and we'll talk about this more. I want a true DC stuff, but we'll talk about.
I would actually really love for DC to actually get consistently good movies.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
All right, so let's wrap up What If, and then we'll go on to our next bit. No? So final takeaways on the What If episode, the number 3. Mike, you go ahead and start.
My final takeaway is it was tough seeing those caskets. Let's put it that way.
Yes,
it was tough to see that, but I liked how that story ended with the fact that they were brought in. Here's Captain Marvel. Boom, the beeper was used, and we're going to pick up Captain America. Boom, we've now started a new set of Avengers right here.
And that was funny. Like, they liked the way they did that. It was clever. He wipes off Captain America's shield, and you see he goes, "Welcome back, Captain," in the glow, and you turn, it's Captain Marvel, even though he's
right there.
It looks like he's talking to Captain America, like, "Welcome back, we got you. You're here. We're gonna thaw your ass out." Yeah. And then boom, Captain Marvel shows up right next to him. He's like, "All right, whose ass do we need to kick?"
Exactly.
Got it.
I'm ready to go. So I was excited. I loved it. I really cannot wait for the next episode.
Me too. Thank God they're on Wednesdays, though. I like this middle of the week drops.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That Friday's
a tough one.
Yep.
No.
Mila, what about you?
I actually something else that I liked about this episode, other than like everything we've talked about already, I actually really liked that like Loki was actually a competent villain this time instead of just like, zapping in the middle of like New York or something and going, "Everybody kneel," and they go, "What? No."
Yeah.
And then he goes, "But you're supposed to," and they go, "No, not really though."
But when he did that originally in the first Avengers movie, he was a pawn essentially for Thanos and the Chitauri. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
and he
wasn't
never.
Really now he's doing it on his own.
He never really got to be his own like villain, big bad guy taking over the world. He like took over maybe New York for a second,
right?
And then it was like, okay,
stop him. But he was a pawn for someone else, and in this, he's not. It's him taking.
I was like, oh yeah, because he actually like was a cool villain there.
Yeah. And he was doing it for a near justifiable reason, at least from his point of view. The fact that he's an Asgardian prince, like, come on, his brother.
Yeah, instead of just like, what, I'm in the mood for conquering. It was like, hey, you killed the Prince of Asgard, prepare to die.
It's all true from a certain point of view. So my final takeaway, I definitely like this one. I'm going to go ahead and say I actually like this more than the Guardians of the Galaxy, the T'Challa one.
Yeah.
I love that one. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. But that one, and it was fun. It was different, like you said. It was very, Black Panther mixed with Guardians. So I thought that was cool and it was fun. I like this one. Was definitely hit you harder.
Yeah.
Right? There was more stakes, obviously, because they all die. But like Captain Carter, this one felt like there was more stake in it. Whereas the T'Challa one felt like just a fun romp.
Right.
It was a heist. You know what I mean? That type of thing, which is cool.
Exactly.
And we, so Mike, I don't know if you heard the last bonus episode that we did, but, our biggest gripe with episode 2 was that the Collector gets taken out by these two dudes, yet he's the same guy who takes out all the Avengers and Hela. Yep. Right, and Malekith's got Malekith's dagger. He's got Hela's helmet. He's done all this with his army. And now he's in his own fortress with everybody around, and still gets taken out by two
guys. It's like, yeah, I know he's supposed to be like the special main character, like Black Panther.
And I understand they snuck his bracelet away, but I'm pretty sure an Avenger might have thought of that too.
I'm like, come on,
that was weird. That was weird. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna say I liked episode 1's my favorite. Episode 2 after episode 3 after that, then episode 2 in my order. But we'll get to the final order once we've had all the episodes. And I like the fact that season 2 is already greenlit. They're already
Oh really?
IMDb already has they don't have any episode titles, but they already know that season 2 is coming.
Oh nice.
And I think it says 9 episodes, so that's maybe where it stands right now.
That'd be awesome. I cannot wait for more.
Me too. All right, so that is our bonus episode for today. Thank you again, Mike, for being on, and we'll chat along with you more. We're gonna do another episode with you on some Marvel versus DC stuff. So everybody look forward to that. Thank you again, Mila.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Everybody, don't forget to look for us online at entertainmentrants.com. On social media, we're at Entertainment Rants, or on Twitter at Entertain Rants. Feel free to hit us up. Tell us something you want us to rant about. If you'd like to be a guest on the show to talk about something you're passionate about, definitely hit us up online. Mike, can you give us some of your social media? Where are you at? Where can everybody find The Bro Show?
Absolutely. The Bro Show can actually be found right on YouTube at The Bro Show. TheBreaux as an X-ray, SHOW. Also, you can find me on Instagram at The Bro Show. You can find me on Twitter at The Bro Show. You can even find me on Facebook at The Bro Show as well, with all of that. And I just want to throw out there a hashtag JustBroIt. Do a good deed a day. It's something I stand by and encourage everyone to do.
Definitely. Everybody definitely check out The Bro Show. I've heard it. It's fun. It's awesome. Funny as hell, especially with the voices and everything else. You have to love Alf, though. You got to be an Alf fan. If you're going to go check out The Bro Show, please do it, though. I appreciate everybody. And
hey,
check
Willie,
Mike out.
I tell you right now, you got to check out The Bro Show, but make sure you check out Entertainment Rants. They gave me some cats, and they are really tasty.
Thanks, Willie. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much. If you have a chance, if you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to leave us a review, and we're going to start reading some reviews on the podcast at some point. So we'd love to hear from you guys. All right? Thank you, everybody. Let's get out there and start ranting, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Rock on.